Champ is here. Champ is here. Let's get it started. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat room. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it going. We need to have this conversation. We are live. I know you ain't seen the video up yet, but it's up. It's about to go up. We going. We live. Get this together. The champ is here. We here. Shout out to everyone in the chat room. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Let me get this together. The champ is here. We here. Let's get it going. Shout out to True Savage. Shout out to Joe Black. Shout out to Blackjack. Shout out to Cherie. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat room. Shout out to you. Evil Rebirth. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone in the chat room. Shout out Fear Soul. What's going on? Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat room. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this. Let me know you're here. Let me know in the chat room that you're here. Let me know that you're listening. All the thinking class, TTC in the building. What's going on, Daniel? What's going on? Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone that's in there. Shout out to everyone. Come on, let me know you're here. I got my brown hat on today. It's Friday. Let me know you're here. You're ready. Ready to rock and roll with LDA. Let them know that you're here. I'm here in the background. I'm here. I'm here. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Lawrence D. Adams, when spirituality and the game combines. Let me know. Welcome back, Evil Rebirth. What's going on? Shout out to you, brother. He's going through. We back. We here. What's going? Let me get my beer together. I'm coming up. We're coming up. Come on. let the people know that this is the thinking class, the almighty, the one and only thinking class. You may not like it, but we are here. Thinking class, are you there? Let them know that you're here. Shout out to the thinking class. Everybody in the thinking class, shout out to the thinking class. Where you guys at? Let them know that you're here. Come on. Let them know that you're here. Get the likes up. Come on, get the likes up. Let's go. D. Adams, let's go. We need 3 days of games to hold us till Monday. Come on, but you could bake a week on well, you couldn't bake a week on it. Let's get this game today. Let's get this fierce game today. Let's go. Yesterday was crazy. We went in, John and went on. Let's get it. Y'all want it, let me know. What's going on? NC here. What's going on, Terry Carr? What's going on? Let's get this going. Y'all ain't let me get y'all serious. Come on. Shout out to you for being here. Shout out to you. Come on. Wintertime is here. Come on, let's get this fire going. So I need to put the hyena up. Come on. Let me know that you live and direct. You're ready. Lawrence D. Adams to pop up on the screen. Let's get it going. I think they know now. Right. Let's get it going. This is Lawrence D. Adams. If you don't know, you know by now. I'm in the building. What's going on? Shout out to the thinking class. Shout out to you. Let's get the love going. Shout out to the thinking class. Shout out to every member. Shout out Blackjack. What's going on? Come on, let's get it. Shout out to the thinking class. Come on. Get it up. I'm gonna put the hyena up. You don't want me to put the hyena up. Did y'all want me to put this up? I'm telling you. Woo, boy, come on. Let's get it, y'all. This is what y'all want. I don't know. We can get the likes. We can put the hyena up. Winter is coming, baby. Hot girl summer, winter side piece. Come on. You know what I'm talking about. Come on. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody in the thinking class. Original music by Lawrence D. Oh, you need that. That's what y'all want? That's what y'all want today? Y'all want the hyenas to come and get you today? It is Friday. Friday. Let's get it going. This is Lawrence D. Adams, but I am exactly how they sound. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want the hyenas. Black Sweet D, what's going on? How are you? This is what y'all want, right? That's what y'all want. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Good salute. What's going on, John the W? Shout out to you. See the hyenas on them hyenas are lurking today. They ain't playing. Tell Jada and the rest of them. Let me put this on there. Put this right here, right now. Live right now. Come on, we get these people over here in Facebook and Instagram and get them going. This has been a crazy day today. If you missed yesterday's show, you missed a good show yesterday. Jono and I, we went in yesterday. You give it to the Jerk Chicken Fund. He gave it to the Jerk Chicken Fund. Shout out to John the W. Let's get the Jerk Chicken Fund dance up. Come on, we gotta get the song right. We gotta get the music right for the Jerk Chicken Fund. Shout out to John and the W. He gave that the music. Shout out to him. Let's get this beat going for that one. Come on. Let's get that beat. Let's get that. He did it. Shout out to John the W for the Jerk Chicken Fund. Take the hyenas out of here. LDA, let's go. Let's go. LD. Let's go. jerk. Shout out to John the W for the Jerk Chicken Fries Friday. Let's come on, let the beat drop. Come on. Who's next? Let's go. It's Friday, y'all. Let's go. They ain't ready for it, John the W. Let me drop that beat. Let me bring it back. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, ready. Uh-oh. For the soft drink, let's get it. Blackjack on it. Let's go. Heat, put it. Hey. Blackjack for the soft drink. Put the $2 on there for that team. Let's get it, come on. For that team. He put the $2 for that team. Come on. John the W with these nuts in the building. Let's get it. Let's go. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta quench that thirst with that jerk chicken, man, you know? Hey, LBA. LBA never dance all beat. Let's come on. The game is about to come. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. Shout out to the brothers for dropping that jerk chicken fun for that jerk chicken today. Let's go. Come on. Let's get it. They can't copyright this because this is my own beat. Come on. Or do I need to, y'all want me to put the hyenas up? You want the hyena to dance? Come on. Shout out to the Thinking Class. Let's go. That beat is cold. They can't do nothing with that beat. That beat is just, if y'all want that beat, I might have to put it out there on it. Put that in the link and get the beat out there. Y'all like that beat, let me know. I'm about to release this beat to the public. That beat is just, if you like that beat, let me know. Put a number 2 in the chat room. You like that beat. You like that beat, the way it just jumps, come on right to you. I'm gonna have to put it into the, if you like that beat, that bass this in your face. There you go. I'm gonna have to release it. If you want me to release it, I'll drop it today. Especially for those I'm chilling with. You like that beat? Give me different weights. Hey. I got the game for you. Hey, yeah. Shout out to the Thinking Class, the one and only Thinking Class. No hyenas in the place. Get the hyenas. The one and only. They're gonna give me the Thinking Class. No hyenas in the place. Get the hyenas. The one and only. They're gonna give me the Thinking Class. No hyenas in the place. Get the hyenas. The one. Shout out to the Thinking Class. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Every time that come on, I know to drop that beat on there. Hey. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for everybody. I'm gonna have to drop all over that beat. All right, I'm gonna have to drop that beat exclusively for those in the Thinking Class. For for a couple change, you can get it. I'll put it out there today. I'll put that beat out there today. I'll try to put that beat out there today. Shout out to everyone. Let's get this game started. The winter time is here for many people. It's cold outside, baby. Go get get your shoes, or like the old people, get your Colossians and get your thermal underwear because it's cold outside for a lot of people. Like Carter said, it might be a hot girl summer. It's going to be a cold time, winter time for a lot of people. So shout out to the thinking class and to everyone that's here. I'm gonna give you some love. Thank you for the jerk chicken fan and the ting on the side. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't appreciate every dollar cent that you give goes to the funding of the thinking class and what we do. So let's talk about this today. Yesterday was phenomenal. We went on, John and I, we went on to talk about the whole thing with the McDonald's and the father and things like that. Everyone had an opinion, and you know what? Just be honest. Everyone had their opinion and what they think happened and what it should happen. I talked to my oldest niece today, and she was like, you know, it depends on the kind of guy that he is, that he should have paid for the other children. I'm like, you know what? I don't agree, niece, but I hear what you're saying. This is the thing, whether you agree or not, what I'm about to say, because I don't care. Why is wintertime? Why is wintertime for a lot of people? Let me say that again. Why is wintertime for a lot of people? It's going to be a lot of wintertime for a lot of people. Hot girl summers. Let me say this, and for the hot boy summer, it's going to be wintertime for you too. I can't spare the ride and spoil the men. No, I'm not going to do that. It's going to be hot. It's going to be trouble for both sides. But this is the key. This is the key. We need to have an honest conversation. We ain't about to have we ain't about to sugarcoat anything. We ain't gonna give you no Dairy Queen, Disney World conversation. There needs to be some communication between the men and the women. Let's be very clear. If not, a lot of people with their mindset, the modern man and the modern woman are going to die of frost. Just be very clear. I'm not speaking doom and gloom. I'm trying to give you hope in the midst of a storm. There will be a lot of people who are just going to be like, you know what? They ain't going to make it. And it's okay, they ain't going to make it. But let's get this game right here. Let's get this game right here. Yesterday, I was doing some study. Shout out to IT. I think his name is International Travels. Shout out to him. I was listening to his podcast and he did something. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Come on, jump right there and pay attention to what I'm about to say right now. I was listening to his podcast and I talked to him this morning. Excellent brother. I got to get his link and put it in the bio. Listen to IT, International Travel. He did an interview with a guy that went over into Iceland. He went to Iceland. He went over to Iceland. And what was so interesting, when he went over to Iceland and IT was interviewing this guy, he was saying, what is it about the women over in Iceland that may be different from other women? And I want you to get, because this is wintertime. It's crazy. We're talking about wintertime and we're talking about it's cold and we're talking about Iceland. What we found out from the interview from this guy's perspective, that Iceland culture and their prominent thing is this. Iceland is feminist. Let me say this. The common thing over there, that the women are dominating in their feminist, not femininity, in their feminine. They're being feminine. So the women have a hookup culture beyond. Yep, Iceland. Yep. Iceland, let me say this. Let me say this again, because I want you to get it, because we're talking about wintertime is here for many people. And we need to have this conversation. That means the women over there, you're not going to tell them what to do. Now, this is not all women over in Iceland, so I don't want no woman from Iceland or some representative from Iceland. We're not all like that. No, I don't want you coming over saying that. But I'm saying from the conversation that this man had, that they are feminists. You're not going to tell them what to do. The women approach the men over there. I want you to catch what I'm getting at, because I dissected that interview. I listened to it yesterday. The women approach the men over there. The women has no problem with polyamorous. I don't have a problem with it either, but they don't have a problem with polyamorous. What's going on, Wade? Shout out to you, brother. They had no problem with being polyamorous. Pay attention to what I'm getting at. They have no problem with being polyamorous. They don't mind sharing you. But there is a catch to feminists when it runs a country or runs a country. There is a catch. Are you ready? What could happen potentially, and shout out to IT, your international travels, go support his channel. Somebody get the link and find it, put it in the chat room. There's a catch right there. And I want you to hear this catch. Now, it's just not in Iceland, it's also from this study, from what these brothers have said, and Sweden too. So it's not just Iceland, it's also in Sweden too. The women are like that. They're fierce. They'll tell you in the moment that they're independent. I don't need any man. I can do it by myself. And they are who they are. But there is a catch when the women are like that. And this is the scary part about what happened in Iceland and what's over there in Sweden, what can potentially happen here in the United States, where it's not potentially, it is happening here in the United States. Pay attention. The men are strong on the exterior, but in their masculinity, they are weak. Y'all, see, ain't nobody saying that. Let me. The men are weak over there. They are tall, browdy, strong men, but the women run them and they have snatched their balls away. I have to say it that way because some people ain't going to get what I'm saying. Thank you. Beta. Definitely they are beta. Do you hear what I'm saying? The men are strong in exterior. Not all, don't get over here. So this is a general statement. This is only from the view of one man that I listen to. So don't even get it, but I want you to get it. But the men are what? Iceland and what? And in Sweden. So the women are, in a sense, in their feminist power. You're not going to tell me anything. I'm going to do it whatever I want. And that's what it is. And I got this and I got a job and I got this. But they have the highest percentage of unwed children. Weak men. Can somebody tell me what the other thing that is a high rate over in Iceland? Can someone tell me in the chat room what other thing is a high rate over in Iceland if this is taking place? And y'all ain't gonna believe it. And when I say it, you ain't gonna believe it. What is the other thing that is something that is going wild because of this? Somebody tell me that's what's going on over there. Something is going on. Something else is going rapidly. So Sweden is liberalist. Yep, Sweden. So pay attention to what I'm about to say. Shout out to IT. Go follow him. There is a rise of disease. Sexual transmitted diseases. Uh-oh.
Execute Order 66.
There is a rise of sexual transmitted diseases, STDs over there because of the liberal of what? Of feminists doing what they want to do. They sleep what they want to sleep. You can't tell them, this is what I'm going to do. Do you understand why we are in a struggle here in the United States? In the United States with what? Fighting with feminists, because here's a classic example in Iceland and in Sweden, the rise of what? STDs. The rise of women doing whatever they want to do. You women, we're not trying to say that you can't do what you want to do. But let's look at the consequences of what you do. Let's look at the consequences of the weak men, because the first thing that's going to come out your mouth, we're all the good men. So when I paint this picture, shout out to IT and the guy he was interviewing, what happens when you insert a masculine man into an environment where there are weak men and the women are strong? What happens when you insert strong masculine man into the environment where women are feminists? You can't tell them nothing. I got this. Yeah, I get my job. I get my money. I don't need this and this and this and that. What happens? What social dynamic you think happens when the men are beta and the women are running things? What happens when you drop down into this social environment, or into this, we'll call it a social experiment, and you drop down a masculine man, and this man happened to be black? What happens when you drop down into that environment? Two things happen. The weak men get intimidated, number one. Number two, the women that are feminists cannot fight their biological imperative. Let me say that again. The women cannot fight their biological imperative. So what happens is, in the story that was told, shout out to IT in the interview, the women in Iceland comes to New York. They go to Atlanta. They go to LA to deal with masculine men who will dominate them. No matter how much they say they are feminists and that they don't need nobody, you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to beat my own woman and I got this. We're not even talking about black women. So black women don't even come over here talking crazy. You women cannot fight their natural imperative to be with a man who is masculine, who brings them back into their femininity. So for all the necessary simps, do you see how this works out? It don't work out for you very well. So understand what I'm saying to you. If we're not careful, we are heading down the slippery slopes as Iceland and Sweden and other countries who have embraced the culture of feminists and weakened the men and became very liberal and not conservative. Now, let me say this. The danger of being conservative is when you become conservative, what happens is you open the door for people being taken advantage of, and people end up in slavery and people doing things they shouldn't be doing because you call it all under the name of being conservative, and you call it all under the name of being patriotic and being what? Religious. So there's a slippery slope with the conservatives as there's a slippery slope with the liberals. I'm teaching too much today. I'm saying too much. There's too much game for y'all. Let me slow it down. There's a slippery slope with the liberals and there's a slippery slope with the conservatives. So you need a healthy balance of conservative and liberal to come together. So in the case of Iceland, you're seeing the liberation or liberals who run that, and how the women have run amok and the men have become weak. Now, when you see a country that's completely conservative, you see what? You see the mistreatment of women. Hello, somebody talk to me. You see the mistreatment of women, and you see men taking advantage of that area being so conservative. We can name other countries, but I am not. So why am I saying wintertime is here for a lot of people? Because as much as the women want a hot girl summer, as much as the guys want to stick their phallus in everything, there is a price to pay for your liberty or being liberal. So while we think in United States that it's cool for women to say we gotta stand up for it sounds cool, but at the end of the day, what is the price for you being a feminist, and what toll does it take? So let me wrap this around another poll so you can get this. The other poll I want you to wrap it around in Iceland is this: the lack of family. The lack of family. Children born out of wedlock over in Iceland. Got disease. First, let's get this. We got the weakening of the men. We have the disease. We have women running amok, sleeping there. I didn't even get to that part. The disease. We have the family is dismissed. Guess what happens? It deteriorates at the family structure. But this is the part that I need you to really get. For all the feminists out there, well, I want to do my own thing. You can't tell me what to do with my body. I got my own thing. I'm all for you. Okay, boo. You can do what you want with your body. I ain't go ahead and do you, boo. But let me tell you something else. There's another downside of the feminist movement in Iceland. I said the disease part. I said the part of the weakening of men. I said of the breakdown of family and women having children out of marriage or out of wedlock. But there's something else. There's more. There's more. Y'all ready? If you ready for more, let me know. You ready for more? Let me know. I mean, get the music set. So y'all ready for more? You ready for more? Let me know. You ready for more? Let me know in the chat room. Let's get the music going. There's one more thing. One more thing. Let me get the picture up for my wonderful people who are listening. One more thing that's missing. The one more, this started back over. Okay. All right. There's one more thing that's missing. One more thing that's missing. That one more thing that's missing in this picture that I'm painting today, that winter time is coming for a lot of people, and everybody want to say we're going to be liberal, we're going to do our own thing. You're going to tell me what to do with my body, and I get there's one more thing that's missing. These women in Iceland and in Sweden have one hidden secret that they don't talk about. They may not talk about, but it's there. And it's called, let me put it in the chat room first. Y'all ready? Bingo. High body count. When the liberals are running like that, what do they say? When the parents are away, the children will play. High body count. That means they at least, the guy gave an example, and I don't know if he was exaggerating or not, but I gotta say it. And this is just from his thing. I have to do the study that at 16, she's maybe up to at least 50 to 100 men. 18, 20 or whatever, high body count. Do you think, thank you, high body count, that means she didn't had a lot lot of eggplants. I mean, a lot of egg. I mean, when I mean a lot, I mean, she was down. She was she didn't did it up. She didn't have a high. She got a high body count. Let me say that again. She has a high body count. I mean, high body count. High body count. So even though it looked good to say that we want women over here to be free as well as men, we want that. I am not against that. I am not opposed to it. But at what price do you want? At 16, 17, 18, for 17, 18, you have a high body count greater than that of, say, of someone that's been married. Now, this is not just with one individual. Just make sure, because everybody like, what do you mean by body count? With one person you talk about? No. Multiple multiple partners. Look at the number go down when I said this. You don't want to hear this. Yep. High body count. So you got the weakening of men, you have the disease, you can't tell her what to do. We have children out of wedlock, and now we have the high body count. High body count. Shout out to IT, great interview. I can't do it justice. He did an excellent job. He asked us great questions. High body count. So that's why in this winter, I want you to really think about this. While many people are in their winter, we need to have an honest conversation. Do we really want to get to Iceland? Do we want to really go to the place of Sweden? Do you really want to do this by yourself? And let me say this for all my people don't want to say this on here. Let me say this. Do you men really want to do this by yourself? Because there's a lot of men, shout out to, not to Blackjack, but shout out to him, who are afraid of commitment to a woman. Oh, LDA, why are you getting into our business today? I'm not telling you to get married. I'm just saying some of you men are in Winterland, got your socks on, and you're afraid to commit to a woman. You think you're going to lose something if you commit to this particular woman. You should have enough information from on these YouTube streets to be able to pick a woman that's right for you. If you want multiple women, more power to you. I am not against it. But some of you dudes are contributing to the Winterland Festival because you do not know how to commit to a woman. Ooh, boy, I get no love. I guess I got to put the hyena picture back up. Hyena. Some of you guys, just as the girls or the women are for the streets, some of you dudes are for the streets. Blackjack, man, please tell them in the back that they ain't listening to you. Marriage is the most successful way to succeed. That's been proven time and time again. Thank you. I promise you, some of you dudes are for the streets. You came here because you want to be for the streets. You have no commitment to yourself. You can't be committed. Let me say this because I can say it. You can't talk about you committed to this woman, committed to that. You can't even be committed to yourself. Some of you are just for the streets. Be on your purpose and what you're designed to do. Then you'll be able to be committed to a woman and she's committed to you. Some of you guys gonna freeze this year because you should have. I'm much as y'all don't want to hear it. It's a song. I can't play the song, which I don't want to bump no more with a big fat woman. You might have to get you a big one. You might have to get you a big girl. Y'all might have to get you a big girl because you're gonna be stuck on Pornhub, X videos. You're gonna be on every porn site with your lotion and Jergens.
Execute Order 66.
Because you're so afraid to find what you're looking for. It may not be in your country. It might be somewhere else. And get a commitment. I'm not pushing nobody to get married. You make your own decision. I've been seeing that picture. Somebody to become my human likeness every time I see it. Yep. I just told my wife that her being married will be necessary for her to success. And right, marriage is arranged from God. Big girls keep you toasty. They keep you fed too. I'm not telling nobody to get no big girls because they'll be like LDA over there telling them players to get the big girls. No. I ain't telling you that. But some of you guys in this winter time that's here, I know you want to be He-Man and I can do it all by myself. I don't need nobody. You may need to think about rearranging your mind that you may passed up on what belonged to you. The test of your game. Let me give this game. Let me say this. Because y'all let me say this. This one, Wade, man. You trigger me with this one. I'm gonna put it out there. I gotta give crack to my own self what I'm about to say. Check what I'm about to say here. I need to get a super chat, cash app. Y'all need to show some love on this one. This one is it. The test of your game is not what you know, it's what you execute what you know. The test of your true game is not how much you spit, how much you jaw jack, no matter how much you politic around it. It's the true test of your true game is when you execute it and you have results. That is the test of true game. All this talk on YouTube with the YouTubians, all this talk of debating about women and going back and forth. You can talk and politic and scheme and grin and go into your silos that the women are for the streets and that the guys are for the street. But the test of real game is when you execute the game that you know. And I'm here to tell you that a lot of men, they know a lot of game, but they ain't execute. They haven't execute Jiminy Jack, Sugar Honey, Iced Tea. Nothing. They got more knowledge in their big head. Wintertime is coming and they have executed nothing. And know how I know? Because if they really have the game that they're talking about, they will have more than 10 toes around them. They will at least have 20 toes around them. $40 toes, 80 toes around them. So all that politicking and posing, I got it, I'm all of that. Where are, in this wintertime, I keep saying some guys gonna go up the scale. They're gonna realize what LDA is saying. Some guys gonna enter into the way of the simp. Not return of the Mac, but the return of the simp. Simpleton. Some women are gonna say, you know what? I ain't gonna deal with these men. I ain't gonna do it. They're gonna go into what? They're gonna turn into 304s. There's some 304s in the house. There's some 304s in the house. There's some in the. They're gonna turn into some 304s because you did not get anything. You did not do what you needed to do when the season was right, and we're in the wintertime, and you need somebody else. Independent and interdependent are two different things. We got to realize, even with me in this show, we are interdependent because you guys come and I come to, and vice versa. There's a contract written between both of us. There is a what? Independency or interdependency with each other. I need you as much as you need me. But what happens is we didn't trick a lot of people because of our own hurt because a lot of men have been showing a lot of their hurt and their disappointment on YouTube. And therefore, they want to get other men so they don't enter the same hurt. The best thing you can do for a man is get out there and get some results. Show me your game. Show me where you're working with. Show me somebody to say that's legit. We got a lot of guys who say they got gold chains and we realize it's gold plated. It fades when they get in the shower. Winter time is here for many men and women. All this talk of I'm independent, I'm a boss babe. Go over to Iceland. See how those women are. Go do a study. Go back up what I'm saying. I might be telling a lie. IT might be telling a lie. International Travels. He might be over in UK. He might be telling a lie. The guy who was saying it. Baby, go over to Iceland. Why do the women over in Iceland come to New York and they come over to where? Come over to where? To Atlanta and to other places because they're looking for the masculine men. It's like a sport. Figure out how to counter or win. RJ, as a pimp says, is knocking season, bro. It's very sick. I'm telling you. Y'all better wake up to what I'm saying. We need to have an honest conversation. When I heard that interview yesterday, it made me really think. Especially let me say this to my sisters, black sisters, who boss baby, I don't need nobody. I'm going to tell a man where he need to go. Baby, go to Iceland. Go over there. Go to Sweden. Go have your high body count. Go have your disease. Go have your marriages. Go have your children out of the wedlock and see how it really is. What you'll find out behind closed doors with the advent of feminists, you'll find out it ain't cracked up what it seems to be. It's not what it seems to be. It's not a joy. You think the women are happy because they're living in a libertarian country, and that it is wonderful. The women are happy. They got their jobs. They can do what they want to. They can go on the carousel and ride anybody they want. You think the women are really happy, don't you? Don't you, boo? Don't you? You think they happy? You think those women just happy? They just so satisfied. They sleep at night. Oh, I know it looks good. I gotta see a woman now. I'm booking my flight to Sweden. I gotta see. I'm gonna be down with the feminists. I'm gonna get. These women are not happy because you look at the men that they're dealing with. The men are what? Weak. Men. We're always sexual. Women being sexual throws the balance off. Correct. Feminist utopia. I like that. Go to the feminist. Let me get my picture up because go over to the feminist utopia. Go over there and have a good time. Y'all go over there. Go make pottery together. Go over there and go ahead and have picnics out there. Go to the feminist utopia. Go over there and have fun. Go. You're going to find out real quick. You're going to get your flight right back over to the United States and get some act right in you. Oh, don't worry. I'm talking to you too, men. Some of the men. Go over there too. Go over there, you too, buddy. Get your flight on. Go here, simpleton. See how those women treat you. You will not be the dominant. You will be the sub. You think these women are tough over here. They will sub you, make you the submissive. I'm talking too much. I shouldn't be talking about that. Forgive me, LDA. I mean, you making Uncle Larry come out. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Blackjack. I forgot about that part too. I'm going to get to that right there. Go over there, buddy. Go over there, Go over there, simpletons. You since you don't want to stand up being your masculinity, everything is okay. You don't want to stand on your 10 toes down. Go right over to Iceland. Go over to Sweden. Go over there. You'll feel so good. Matter of fact, I'll give you a bouquet of flowers. Go ahead, buddy. Have a good time. I'm glad you brought that up, Blackjack. Glad you brought that up. Sounds like lesbians. I am not against lesbians. But the high count of women that are in same-sex relationships over there is high also. There's a high count of what? Women who are in same-sex relationship. And anytime there's any same-sex, and I'm not against anybody who's in same-sex relationship. I have friends who are in that and do what they do. I don't care. Do what you want to do in the bedroom. That's your business. But let me say this. There's always a dynamic of the masculine and feminine when it comes to those relationships. Someone has to play the masculine and someone has to play the feminine. So when the advent of liberty and this feminist, what happens is this. The women come in their masculine and then the men become in their feminine, or there has to be a dynamic there. But in the advent of the weak men, those women have to what? Those women have to what? Become masculine, not only to men, but to other women. They have to become what? Masculine to other women. And so what happens is, once again, the balance of nature is thrown off. But if people, and trust me, don't come over here talking about he gets the alphabet. I am not against anybody in the alphabet. I am not. Do what you do. Do what you want to do. I ain't against that. R. Kelly's been held on as much masculine as he can, right? Okay. Lesbians are beating heroes and perverts. Yeah. That's a whole nother conversation that I don't even want to enter into, because that's a whole conversation about. There's a whole dynamic. Even when I first moved to Atlanta, it was something on the news how these female couple, the girl had beat the other girl so bad that they had to call the police and the other girl got arrested. So there's a whole dynamic of that. But we're going to talk about Iceland. We're going to talk about the situation there. So for all you guys who want to go there, you get your passport and you go take your butt over there and you go and let them women dominate you. Yeah. That may be same-sex relationship straights and not just feminists. Yeah, it's very high, the amount of violence that takes place between same sex. But my point is this. It's wintertime, and it's time for us to realize, have an honest conversation that we need each other. We cannot do it by ourselves. If anything, let me say this, because this was addressed on my Facebook page, because I'm going to address it and I'm going to say it. We need each other. We need to bridge the gap so that we can talk and we can understand. I'm thankful for the men and women who listen to this show. I'm honored. But let me say this. Don't miss the message because you don't like my tone. Don't miss the message because you don't like the tonality and how I say it, or the masculinity that's coming through my tone of how I say it. Don't miss the message, and because you're looking at the messenger, that you don't hear the message that's really being said. You know why? Because many times a lot of women and a lot of men have not heard a man speak in this way, and they take offense to it because it's like hearing a lion roar or hearing a lion express itself for the first time. So they think it's negative. But the conversation needs to be had. We need to talk about the negative sugar honey iced tea that's there. I am not going to paint this utopia that we only need to talk about the things that are wonderful between men and women. You need to promote that, LDA. Get your own show. Get your own channel. Get your own place. That's what I'm going to tell anybody. You think I should do this? Get your own channel. Get your own show. You get the equipment. You spend over close to $10,000. You get your own equipment. And you do your show where you talk about the niceties between men and women. We know We know that there's ups and downs in any relationship, whether it's with a man and a woman, when it comes to business, anything like that. That is the foolishness to do that. To think that there are no issues that come up in any kind of relationship, whether it's business with your boss. I seen something yesterday with somebody and a boss, or when it comes to you and your children, when it comes to whatever the dynamic of relationship, we are not going to paint the picture. You should just paint the nice side you should just show the nice side of how relationships are good and everything is fine. No, that is a false reality. And that is the problem here in the United States. We paint a false reality and we've fed it for generations. And now we have people who cannot relate to each other because everybody's on this ticket in the wintertime now and they cannot relate. They cannot conversate with each other. So time out for that. To hell with that. I'm going to talk about the hard issues that you and I may not talk about. Do you know I have to go into meditation and prayer and deal with things inside of me? We need to see about therapy and deal with the things inside of me. So don't think I'm exempt from it. But we need to talk about those things because many of us in this United States and wherever you are at are burying stuff inside of you, and this wintertime will expose it. You are burying hurts, disappointments, failed relationships, marriages, children not in agreement with everything is out of haywire because you have something buried inside of you. It makes me think of the story of Joshua. Not Joshua. Is it Joshua? Yeah, Joshua. He was going into the promised land. He had to leave Moses and he went over to the promised land with him and Caleb. But what the problem was, somebody took something they weren't supposed to take and they put it in their tent. Pay attention to what I'm saying. So they took something that didn't belong to them that was from Egypt. And what happens is they took this piece of whatever it was, to say it was jewelry or this chalice, and they took it and they buried it in their tent and they thought nothing was going to happen. So while they went to go worship God and they praising God, God said, hey, something ain't right in this camp. Joshua is looking like, God, what are you talking about, bro? He said, something ain't right. Somebody took something they weren't supposed to take from their past. Pay attention to the story. He said, well, God, what are you talking about? Everybody good. Everybody know we up in this promised land. We getting it. Someone took something from from their past. So they went through everybody's tent. What's up? Hey, man, you got anything? No, I ain't got nothing. You got anything? No, man. I said, and then, hey, somebody ain't gonna have to die if they don't get rid of this. The next thing that happened, they realized that somebody has taken a piece of something from their past and brought it into their future, to their promised land, and they had to get rid of him and his family. Even though that's a story, whether you agree with it or not, you like the Bible or not, pay attention to the story and what it's saying to you. Are you carrying something from your past in this wintertime that's prohibiting you from entering into your promised land? That can be a mindset. That can be relationships that are bad. It can be anything. Are you carrying something that you need to let go, a belief that you're holding on to? It can be your belief about women. It can be your belief about men. It can be your belief about relationships, that all women are for the streets and then all guys are for the streets, all men are dogs, whatever it may be. What are you holding on to that you have hid in your tent inside of you that you need to let go? See, I watch the numbers. Number just went because most people don't want to deal with what's in their tent. Wintertime will expose it. Temporary solace to refocus. Right. What do you have in your tent that you need to refocus, that you need to say, dog, I need to get rid of this? I promise you, once you realize that, you can enjoy the fruits of your promised land. Let me bring it back to Iceland. As much as I am not condemning Iceland and their libertarian views, there is a price to pay on when there's conservative and when there's libertarian. Please understand what I'm saying. I am not for women who think I'm talking that I want women to be slaves. I am not saying that. That is not my message. That is not my bag. But what I am saying is it is out of balance. For the men, a lot of men are out of balance because they have been sold a bill of goods. They have been weakened by the ideology of feminists. They have been weakened by the ideology of feminists, and it has seeped into the church, seeped into the mosque. Oh, I know it's seeped into the mosque. Temple. Oh, yeah, I know. It's seeped into my brothers who are of the Islamic faith. Oh, I know. I hear about it. It is seeped into there. And what has happened is it's like a cancer that destroys. It's a poison that actually that decays the fabric of our culture and most of all of our family. As much as we say we want it, we don't want to deal with the consequences of it. Oh, yes, that's right, Blackjack. They have been raised by feminists. Somebody brought that up to my attention. What do you deal with? And I gotta go. It's 2:04. What do you do, LDA, when the son has been raised by a woman that is a feminist? What do you do when the son has the ideology of a feminist and he doesn't even know it? And now he goes into the dating arena and not realizing that he's not going to win with all the game he has, because the game that he has from a woman would never work, because he's been raised by in the culture, in the mindset. He's been sitting at the table of what? Feminists. All we got to do is do a survey over there in Iceland and Sweden, and we will find out how factual what happens to the little boys. Now, the other side, what we don't want to talk about is what happens to the little girls. What happens to the little girls who are raised in the culture of feminists, of ideology of that? What happens to them? With that being said, let's get the angel number. Let's get this angel number together. Let's get this angel number together. I just want you to realize that we need to have a serious conversation. We need to have a serious conversation. And we don't have this serious conversation, you're going to see in this winter time, when this adjustment that we're going through a global reset, not just United States, with this global reset, and some people are going to be left behind. Some people economically going to go down the scale when it comes to their money, economically, financially, relationship wise. They're going to go down the trap hole, and there's no coming back. No one can save him. You have to shut him. You have to shut him. You got to show him how those ideologies have betrayed him. Girls are forced to be like men, and that's exactly what we're going to be careful here in the United States. So don't think I'm not going. I just want to make sure I'm very clear. I'm going to talk about those issues. I'm going to address them. The most dangerous thing you can do when you go to the doctor and they ask you what's wrong and you don't want to face the fact that something is wrong with you. Dangerous. I'm not going to paint that fairy tale on this channel. If you so inclined to start your own podcast, start your own channel where you can paint this utopia of everything is fine, because everything ain't fine. That means a change. That means a change, shift in power on global scale. Yeah, it's coming. It's here, really. Blackjack is actually here. It's actually here. It's so here that we're so mixed up with fighting each other with the politics and Democrats and Republicans and libertarians and the conservatives that we're missing what's behind the curtain, that there's a shift that's going on. Oh, there's a global shift that's going on. Currency is changing. Currency is changing. Currency is changing. Currency is going to change. How we do business is going to change. Fundamentally, how we interact with each other. If we're not careful in the advent of what's going on, we're going to see people who don't know how to enter. This is the reason why this channel and channels like this exist, because the advent of the shift that's been taking place, we don't know how to communicate with each other. Yeah, that's for America might not come out in their expected position. Yep. Yeah, that's very true. And I'm not talking no gloom and doom and everybody's spaceship's going to come and aliens going to come and suck our souls up and we're going to be crapping green poop. No, I'm not saying that. It's not doom and gloom. It is a wake-up call for all those woke people who don't realize what's going on. It's bound to happen. It happened in the 1900s. This ain't nothing new. It's happened in the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s, 1500s, 1400s. There was always a shift that took place because we are constantly evolving as human beings. But what we cannot evolve from is our own human natural imperatives to procreate and to produce for the next generation. This is nothing new with the feminists from the 1960s. This is nothing new. There's been other civilizations who have bought into the feminist ideology who have crumbled. This is nothing new. This is nothing. Go do your history. This is nothing new. This has taken place before. And if you study this, if you study different other civilizations who are taking the ideology, you realize what happens, they normally crumble and fall. They become a distinction because the men are out of position. But I'm not going to say anymore because most people don't want to believe me. They want to think it's something different. Let's get this number for today. 65 is the number for today. 65 is the number for the day.
Execute Order 66.
65 is the number today, though. 65 is the number for the day. Angel number today is 65. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get it going. Come on, get that angel number. One, 2, ready. Is the number today. Let's go. Let's go. 65 is the number today. So let me put the hyena up. I gotta put her up. Oh. 65 is the number for today. There we go. Angel number 65 is a message that the angels are with you, helping you through current and ongoing change in your life. Ask for guidance from the angels whenever you feel the need, and know that channel of communication is always open for you. Adapt to change gracefully. Trust that all is going to divine plan in your life. Angel number 65 indicates that effort you have made. Thank you so much for the angel. Let me read it one more time. Angel number 65 is a message that the angels are with you, helping you through current and ongoing change in your life. Ask for guidance from the angels whenever you feel the need, and know that the channels of communication is always open for you. Adapt to change gracefully and trust that all is going in divine plan in your life. Angel number 65 indicates that the effort you have made is also a message that your financial and material world is about to undergo some positive change. You can expect much welcome new additions and possessions to enter your life. That's what I'm talking about right there. Thank you, Blackjack. We needed that for this weekend. I might pop up and do a this weekend show. We got to see. I might pop up, go live somewhere, because you know I'll be out and about living my life. Screen. Shout out to somebody who gave me a phone call today just to say that I was an amazing man. Shout out to you for that phone call, for just coming and saying, LDA, I see what you do. You are an amazing man. I appreciate you. Shout out to you, sister, for that phone call, for calling me and telling me that I was an amazing man, that you see what I do, that you honor me, see what kind of father I am. You see what I do with the show. You see what I do behind the scenes. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you for calling me and telling me that I was an amazing man. Every man, because there ain't that many people here I can say this, needs a woman in their lives who's able, and I'm saying this is my friend, who can pour into you, who can tell you that. Every man needs a woman. I don't care what they tell you on these YouTube streets. Every man needs a woman who's not trying to game up on him or trying to just say something just to butter his biscuits, but actually say that he's an amazing man. Shout out to you, sister. Much love to you. I appreciate that. Thank you for that phone call today. But we out of here. Get the We out of here. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Peace and beer grease. Let's get the traditional song ready to go. Thank you, Wade. Appreciate it. Great stream. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for all the super chats, cash apps. Appreciate you. Thank you for giving it to the what we do over the class. Hit the cash app, Lawrence D. $ Lawrence D. Adams. Hit me on Instagram. Hit the likes. You want a personal video? I get it to you. Have a great day, weekend. We out of here. This might have been too much for y'all. Power pack. Shout out to IT. Good brother. Great interview. We out of here. See you on the flip-flop side.